universe. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I'm gonna do something really fast though. I realized I didn't connect to the good internet. I'm gonna do it for everybody's sake. Okay, now we'll all survive better. Time for songs. I swept up the garbage, the cups and the wrappers. The theater was empty, the crowd had gone home. A circle of dust in the light from the rafters, the wooden broom handle, a microphone. And I sang to the dark rose, all velvet and empty, the curtain majestic in folds to the floor. I sang so the angels would never forget me, the rush of their robes as they rose up for more. And the night circled in like a dog in the alley, all matted and skinny and face full of hurt. And the theater still ringing with lost dreams of glory, the echoing voices of some brighter world. And I sang to the mezzanine, the gold-plated ceiling, the orchestra spinning the bright chandelier. I sang so the angels would feel what I'm feeling, an empty so deep I'm afraid I'm not here. And the last note had lingered, the dust settled round me, a silence so heavy it cut to the bone. And deep in the shadows, the rustle of clapping, I rushed to the back row, still holding the broom. And a man who had crept in, all haggard and dirty, a bag of belongings and tears in his eyes. I'll never forget this, he said as he left me. I needed to hear someone singing tonight. I swept up the garbage, the cups and the wrappers. The theater was empty, the crowd had gone home. A circle of dust in the light from the rafters, the wooden broom handle, a microphone. All right. Give a holler on this chat if you guys are having trouble hearing at all. Thanks so much to Signature Sounds for having me. I love, they have the sweetest venue in Northampton called the Parlor Room that I really, really love to play at. And this is different, but I feel close to them in my heart all the way across the country. Oh, good. Hey, Matt. Fellow Portlander. I'm gonna play you a hopeful song. This is feeling good right now to play. I think this song, there's just so much going on in the world, and it's such a wild west of a time. I've been down at the protests in Portland the past few nights, and with about 10,000 other people, and it's so powerful. And I don't know, I've just been reading and thinking and list making and all sorts of things that I really want to make sustainable and continuous. I don't know, but this song feels kind of like a good, like nothing will change until you change it kind of feeling, I think. You came in like a roll of thunder, trying to change the shape of love, looking for somebody to believe in you for once. How'd the world get so confusing? How'd the ache inside your chest go from something beautiful to something dangerous? But now I guess the rain is coming, and it'll rain like hell. But nothing ever changes till you ring the bell. And lit up like a firecracker, you've been burning out for years. Nothing left but ruined plastic shells and helpless tears. But once you were a brilliant flash, a crash of silver light. Don't forget the way you felt, all hungry and alive. But now I guess the rain is coming, and it'll rain like hell. But nothing ever changes, nothing ever changes, nothing ever changes till you ring the bell. And I know you're a crazy dreamer, I know that you still believe something good is just beyond the darkness of this dream. And time will tell a softer story, how you climbed above the wire, held that hammer high above and made the damn thing chime. But now I guess the rain is coming, and it'll rain like hell. But nothing ever changes, nothing ever changes, nothing ever changes, nothing ever changes, nothing ever changes till you ring the bell. Alright, it feels so good to play songs. I feel like I kind of been letting the guitar gather a little dust this week. more than normal. Let's see. What else? Play this song's been feeling good lately too. I hope you guys have been doing alright. Falling into some sort of weird new rhythm that feels as good as it can. I've been doing a lot of weeding just to feel like something's happening that I can then look at and be like, oh yeah, that happened and now it looks different than it did before. There's something that feels really good about that. This song has nothing to do with weeding. It has to do with leaving. Turn out the light, let's be still for a while. Let the wind blow in with the rain. A change of the season, a tangle of sheets, and the heat pipe half broken again. And I watch you watching the headlights, you're lost in a country I cannot find. They pass on the ceiling, a strobe in slow motion, alive in the cracks of the blinds. Maybe it's time we left Minneapolis. A cloud of dust and we could just be gone. Something lost and something won. And try to remember the heat of the summer, the salt and the steam on the road. And driving for hours to sit at the water, make love on a pile of our clothes. But something has shifted, a wind in the branches, the cold coming in like a drug, curled like two questions, a couple of dancers, alone in our separate thoughts. Maybe it's time we left Minneapolis. A cloud of dust and we could just be gone. Something lost and something won. Something lost and something won. Maybe it's time we left Minneapolis. A cloud of dust and we could just be gone. Something lost and something won. Something lost and something won. Something lost and something won. Disappearing, now we're gone. Alright. Well, thanks so much for listening, tuning in. I see you in my mind. I'm gonna play this song for you, called The Question. I wrote this song to a totally different melody in my head in New York City real late one night, and I looked up and I saw what looked to be maybe a man putting on a wig and makeup in a window really high up, and it was such a beautiful, kind of glowing, quick image. And I just started writing this poem, and then it later turned into this song. In my dream you were beautiful, backlit, noble. In the low light of the window you were leaning on the edge. The high rises and billboards for perfume and call girls, the steam above the dark road, the smoke around your head. And I knew you by description, the tall tales, the pictures, your short hair and your lipstick, the smell of coming rain. And I wanted to remain there, a voyeur, a stranger, below you in the night air, just waiting to be changed. An eyeliner and nylons, the calm upon your face drawn, revealing next to nothing, a deal you don't believe. And the Bible in a locked drawer, the past you gave it up for, the hymnal and the comfort in exchange for living free. And lined up with the laundry, your slacks and all your stockings, suit jacket and the soft things you dance in when you dream. And the neighbors never mention the woman they see leaving is the man who works the morning shift selling gasoline. In my dream you were stone still, shadowed, half-built, a masterpiece of pure will, just waiting on the world to gaze upon your body, a razor on a rough cheek, ablaze, a burning beauty, the saved and the worth saving, a hallelujah waiting to raise the heavy curtain, a play with no good ending, a prayer that never mentioned the glory of the question, and the answer is the same. All right. Oliver, you're so itchy. I hope that's not too loud on the microphone. I feel like Oliver and I have been getting extra close. I don't think in his little dog life I've ever been home for this long at a stretch. Sometimes he comes with me on tour. Sometimes friends come and stay at the house with him, and I feel like we're doing everything together now. It's pretty great. I'm gonna do this song for you guys called Worthless. I just put out this whole album called The Question, the last album I put out last April, or in 2019, but I just recorded all the songs down the street from here at my friend Danny's studio to tape, just in a chair in his attic, and put out a version last week that you can find on Bandcamp and so forth, Spotify and stuff. That's all the songs from the album, just recorded solo and acoustic. If you're into that kind of thing. But here's a song that's from that album that kind of came out of a similar moment to now of reading all these horrible news stories and feeling like we have so much power with our rhetoric and with the words and the labels and the actions that we choose to box each other in or to kind of set each other free, and it just feels really stark right now, I think, but this song's about that. In my pocket, I'm a wild horse pawing at the cracked dead earth. Stoplight turning and a long white Lincoln goes screaming by the baseline lingers. It's hot as the devil, the rubber and the metal black smell of something burning. I never did wrong, I never did gamble till the day you called me worthless. 2 quarters in my hand, nothing else in my pocket. I'm a fuse box sparking in the summer grass. I'm a hooded figure, a crazy killer. I'm a dead man walking on the overpass. It's hot as the devil, the asphalt melting, the sweat, wet smell of danger. I never did wrong, I never was tempted till the day you named my anger. 2 quarters in my hand, nothing else in my pocket. I'm a countdown rocket in a cloud of smoke. My fists are clenched, my whole body tense, my mouth screwed up, my eyes half closed. It's hot as the devil, the screaming kettle, the baseline slowly burning. I never did wrong, I was kind and careful till the day you called me worthless. All right. I feel like certain songs always help you get your rage out. That one always helps me a little bit. Feels good to climb in there. I've been spending a lot of time at home here writing lots of really awful songs, but a few that I kind of feel like came out in a way that I meant them to, and I'm gonna play you a couple of those here. I've been doing these weekly calls with people that are stuck at home, with seniors, and they just tell the best stories. This man in particular is such a storyteller, and just had this vibrant life and has lived everywhere and worked every job, and I just loved talking to him. I don't know what this song is called, if you have a good name for it. I've been talking to Billy every Friday evening, and he's got me believing that life's the strangest dream. Some days it's like magic, and other days you wake up reaching out to no one and struggling to breathe. And Billy on the telephone, his voice an engine growling low, he says, I've seen it all and now I'm tired. So don't ask me what I'm doing with my time. I get up every morning and I get by. Raised by flight and fighting all the way through high school, he learned to hold a rifle and watched his brothers bleed. Came home with a headache, only cured by drinking. He took a barroom dancing and twirled himself to sleep. And Billy on the wooden floor, his arms out like a rising crow, he stumbles through the neon into the night. 'Cause what more is there to lean on in this life than to get up, than to get up every morning and get by. What a strange dream, what a darkness, what a gray streak, what a weight. Can you blame me? Can you pardon all my hard-won mistakes? I've been talking to Billy every Friday evening, and he remembers everything like a movie in his mind. Everything he wanted, and what his dreaming got him, a trailer in the tailwind of someone else's life. And Billy on the telephone, a game show in the background. If you spin the wheel hard enough, you'll fly like a black crow in the cradle of the night. The strangest dream, you barely made it out alive. Alright. I'm gonna play you another new one here. I wrote this one, I was on a tour in Europe when everything kind of closed down in March, in the middle of March, and did about 3 shows out of 30 and booked it home as fast as possible, and felt really lucky to make it home fast and without getting stuck and without paying just all my limbs to make it happen. But I wrote this song right when I got back, kind of feeling this whole world just suck into itself and everybody alone in their separate spaces together. Silence descending, the last note of neon, still melting the ice in the glass. Turn the key over and pocket $3 in quarters, they might be your last. But don't be afraid as you walk in away in a quiet like you've never known. Everything's changing and all of these strangers are all together alone. All together alone. And call up your brother and tell him you wanted to be there the last time he flew. To visit the family, but you were still angry, and man, you'd go back if you could. But don't be afraid, you've got so much to say, and he'll stay like a friend on the phone. Everything's changing, and all that remains is we're all together alone. All together alone. And lay on the carpet, alive in the darkness, an animal starting to dream. And this won't be easy, a catch in the heartbeat of everyone trying to breathe. But don't be afraid, there's a feeling of safety in knowing your struggle is known. Everything's changing and all of these strangers are all together alone. All together alone. Alright. Yeah, those are a couple of quarantine new ones. Signature Sounds passed along some questions that kind of things to share with you guys. One of them was what keeps me from going crazy, what keeps me sane. Which I liked that question a lot. I kind of feel like I've been sitting with the crazy a little bit and kind of trying to feel all those weird tunnels of my mind in a way that I don't always let myself, just because you're always doing so many other things and traveling and trying to keep it all together. But this seems like such a strange time that maybe it's okay to unravel a little bit and get weird and explore those parts of yourself that you sometimes keep hidden. So I've been doing a lot of just not brushing hair and just writing weird poems that won't ever be shared with anybody, and I don't know, just being very, very quiet. And it feels good, I think. It feels interesting, and it feels like like a privilege to get to do that right now, just in a space of my life where I can be still and quiet if given this chance. And I know a lot of other people are, coming undone in all sorts of ways, and then have people depending on them and businesses that are going under. And so I don't know, I've been trying to feel grateful for, even if work isn't going to happen again until winter or spring, just being able to eat rice and potatoes and be okay and write dark poems. So that's what I've been up to. That and weeding and hanging out with Oliver. I'm gonna play this song for you. It feels pretty, I don't know, timely, but it keeps being timely in a way that's really, I wish would go away. Under a black umbrella you were keeping to yourself, and the rain came down like diamonds on the sidewalk where you stood. Another lonely town across the endless Bible Belt. Nothing big enough for headlines ever happened here until today. And looking like a stranger in your older brother's coat, you were watching from the corner as the day slowly unfolded. A ringing bell against the door of Frank's Savings and Loan, and you saw it all, the teller ducking down, the gun exploded. And like an old bronze statue you were frozen there in place. One man slumped on the counter while the other filled a pillowcase. And suddenly your feet were running, rain all in your face. Across the street, the ringing bell, the door, the engine roaring. Like an old bronze statue, you were frozen there. Yeah. And blood was on the floor, the teller reaching out his hand. And you felt his pulse, you called for help, you tried to stop the bleeding. And sirens on the boulevard, a rush of blue motion. Like a wave came on, their weapons drawn, the teller's soul just leaving. And hands over your head they said, and you tried to tell the truth. The pillowcase, the getaway, the car, the blood, and you. In your older brother's coat, your stocking hat and worn out shoes. But to them you were just some punk kid cracked out and skipping school. And anger like a freighter pulling punches in your head. And you tried to push your way past all the uniforms and the dead man, but they pulled you to the ground, your face pressed on the wet cement like an animal then somebody cried and you kicked your legs and broke the window in a chaos of confusion, raining glass like diamonds loosed, and you were on your feet again. And then a bullet danced right through you, and the ground came up like some great flood, and then you were not moving. Under a black umbrella you were keeping to yourself, and the rain came down like diamonds on the sidewalk where you fell. And nothing in the headlines even mentioned you at all, just a corner note about a cracked out kid who broke the law. Right. Let's see, I'll play this new one for you guys. Some good friends of mine just had a baby a couple weeks ago, and I was just thinking about this world and just bringing a kid into it and being like, okay kid, here's the deal. It's crazy, and it's beautiful, and it's awful, and it's wonderful, and it's horrible, and you'll just figure it out, and we'll try to help you. That's what this song is about, I think. Let's see. It's called Disposable Camera. Before you come into the world, you should know there are things that will hurt and things that won't, like scraping your knees on the asphalt and the freedom right before you fell, and nobody tells it like it is. They say, isn't it lovely, and buck up kid, but you learn how to breathe just by doing it, how to dream until you believe yourself, taking a picture to pass the time, a disposable camera and sore eyes. You'll be leaning your head in the half-light. What a feeling to be alive. An impossible question the heart will ask. You'll stumble around till the walls collapse, a bird hitting hard on the mirrored glass, just looking for something in someone else. Nobody tells it like it is. They say follow the good road and chin up kid, but you learn how to scream when the train comes in, and you feel a weight like you've never felt, taking a picture to capture it, a parade in the emptiness after it. You'll be ultramarine and violet. What a feeling to be alive. Nobody tells it like it is. They say don't rock the boat and shut up kid, but that big black train is rolling, and that deep down scream is growing. Before you come into the world, you should know there are things that will hurt and things that won't, like scraping your knees on the asphalt and the freedom right before you fell. And nobody tells it like it is. They say, isn't it lovely, and buck up, kid. But you learn how to breathe just by doing it, how to dream until you believe yourself. Alright. I've got a couple more songs for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Signature Sounds, for having me. They're doing all sorts of these shows. Definitely check them out. Some of my very favorite artists have played on here since the quarantine started. Another thing I've been enjoying during this stay at home is making scarecrows. I'm at home with my boyfriend, and when he's like in the shower or outside or something, I like to real quick, maybe I shouldn't tell, this is really weird, get some clothes and stuff them with other clothes until it looks like a little person, and then I'll use like a squash or something and paint a face on it and just leave it somewhere, just like sitting on the couch or something. And that's been enjoyable. If you run out of things to do and you want to really freak somebody out when they walk in and there's some weird squash person just hanging out on the couch with a book, I highly recommend it. I'll play you a love song while we're talking about love. I've been loving you for a while now. Turn your colors in the light. Amber glass beside the ocean, the sand that lightning strikes. And I watch you by the water, throw your voice into the wind. But ain't no comfort in an echo that don't come back again. And babe, I've been a lot of things, a hero and a fool, but none of them compare to being someone next to you. Your eyes are tired and hungry, waiting on a sunny day, looking out the cloudy window at the never-ending rain. But I've seen you light on fire, and I know you will again. It's just the way your heart is wired, just the way you've always been. And babe, I've been a lot of things, I'm proud of just a few, but none of them compare to being someone next to you. This house is rust and wreckage, holding on by just a hope. But I believe in dust and magic, and every word you ever wrote. And all the reasons that you wake up, all the reasons that you dream, all the beautiful conditions of a man up in flame. And babe, I've been a lot of things, and most of them were true, but none of them compare to being someone next to you. you guys with this song. Thank you so much for giving me a reason to play. It's like pouring down rain outside right now. I'm in this little, like, 6x8 tin roof shack in the backyard. And it sounds amazing. It feels just right to do this today. Jeffrey doesn't enjoy the Scarecrow name that much. He just tolerates it, I think. I think Signature Sounds has some spots you can make a donation if you feel so inclined, and just whatever feels right that helps them out as a venue trying to stay open while this is all going on, and me as well. And I'm donating all of it today of my part to an organization called Don't Shoot Portland that is working toward ending discrimination and working toward justice here in this city. But I'll leave you with this song called Blue World that I think is a hopeful song, even if it sounds kind of sad. Imagine that it's just cheerful as all get out. There's a shine to a night like this, to the way your body moves, and the lines of your silhouette, and the rise of your fragile bones, and the lift of the whispered wind, and a song that you never heard, and you're riding on silver wings, and you're leaving the blue world. Bells of the mission ring, and the bricks bring an echo back. There's a glow and it's covering everything in its gentle path. And he dreamed of a night like this, and the call of a fallen bird, and the beauty of it all is that you're leaving the blue world. To the tangled roots, and you leave in the blue world, and you rise like an ember kite in the smoke of a single flame, like the candle a lover bright, just to light a beloved face. There's a shine to a night like this, and the stars never fell so near, and your soul like a golden gift, and it rises and disappears. There's a shine to a night like this, to the way your body moves, and the lines of your silhouette, and the rise of your fragile bones, and the lift of the whispered wind, and a song that you never heard, and you're riding on silver wings, and you're leaving the blue world. What a treat to play for you guys. I hope you're doing well and stay safe and healthy. Thanks again to Signature Sounds. See you next time. Every Sunday with Jeffrey Martin, my quarantine partner here, we play Sunday on my Facebook page. If you just want more.